Hi, it's Fizz, and welcome to my classroom, where I teach you how to be transgender. Nope, I'm joking. I do be kind of joking with y'all. I'm gonna be telling you about my experience in high school, cause everybody loves high school, right? I'm gonna tell you about my experience in high school. Okay, I've spent so much time setting up this little bit so I can do this little start bit where I'm like, wait, why am I moving back in real life? I don't need to. So I can be like, welcome to my classroom. But yeah, this is being trans in high school. Wait, do you think I can actually write that? Yeah, that's what we're on about today. That right there, you see? But that's what we're talking about. Okay, well that first bit's over. I guess we can actually get to the actual talking bit now, where I actually talk about the trans stuff and high school while I'm in a classroom. Oh my god. Well, if you're new to my channel, hey, what's up? I'm Fizz. I've been trans since I was 14. I was in high school. I was in a mid-high school, year 9. So, what is it like being in high school while you're transitioning? It's very different for everybody, but I went to a Catholic school. I went to a religious school who relied on Jesus the man himself. As you can imagine, there was definitely queer people in my school. I was one of them. I mean, I was gay until I was trans, right? I came out as gay in year 8. So a year before I was trans, I was like, I'm a homosexual man. But yeah, so I was in year 9 when I came out to some of my closest friends. And holy shit, dude, that was the most scariest thing I think I've ever done. Trying to tell people who you've known for so long, like a lot of those people I've known since primary school, so I've known for at least 5 years at that point. Having a lot of queer people, even in a Catholic school, it was still not accepting. I mean, it's a Catholic school after all, it's a religious school, and there's people that go there that aren't religious at all, and they just hate everybody because that's what popular kids are like. They're like, oh, you're this, fuck you, you're this, fuck you, you're this, fuck you, you find this is interesting? Fuck you. Coming out as gay was hard enough for me because I had to try and get used to every boy that I was in the changing rooms with kind of being like, you're here to flirt with me, aren't you? That was a challenge in itself. And a year later, when I decide I know what I want to be, I feel like I want to be a woman. I don't feel right in this body. I feel like the only right thing for me to do is to transition and become this female that is in my head but not physically in my body. And I started growing out my hair. And you might be going through this right now, you might have already gone through it, but you have the ugly hair phase. Girl, when I tell you, I was the most clap motherfucker because my hair was like, oh, that's a Discord notification, shut up. I'm trying to do something over here. I've completely gone off track to what I was talking about. My friends who took it decently well, I'm gonna give them credit. They did take it very, very well. I did lose a couple friends because I was in a boy group. It was not great. They were very manly boys. You know, they played football, rugby, and I had, you know, I was joining in because I was like, oh, I want to be manly. I want to be manly because I was having doubt. I was like, I'm not trans. I'm not one of those transgenders. So you had those popular boys who didn't like the queer groups anyway, and they didn't like me when I was gay anyway. I mean, I didn't associate with like the group of queer people that were in the high school because, you know, I was too scared to. I feel like they wouldn't like me, so I kind of just stayed with the girls I kind of was friends with before I was even gay or trans. So I kind of stuck with them, and a lot of the time I got this thing from the popular boys being like, you're not like the other queer people in this school. You're awesome and cool and not weird. And I was like, thanks, I guess. That's not nice for them to hear, and it's not nice for me to know that you're dissing my people over here. You're dissing my peeps. Bullying as well, it's bound to happen in every school. There's no way you can go through a transition or any type of queer life in a high school and be completely fine. We're in this modern age, right? It's 2025. Everyone should be accepting of everybody. So trying to overcome this, I guess, this transphobic, or I guess just this queerphobic, I guess you can call it, this queerphobic atmosphere was difficult, and it did do a lot to me mentally because it's a lot to put on a person where you have to go into school thinking, oh my god, am I presenting a certain way where I'm going to get picked on? I got picked on, obviously. I got quite lucky early in my transition where my breast growth was pretty quick, and I remember I was in, I think, year 10, so this was like a year after I started like trying to socially transition in school. There was this one guy who was going around the school telling everybody I stuffed my bra, and I was like, dude, what even this is conversation? Why is this being told about me? I don't speak to this guy. Who is he? Who is this guy? So I had a bunch of people coming up to me like, oh my god, those are fake, those aren't real, they're fake. And I was like, no, they're real. I'm on HRT, girl. I be taking that estrogen on my arms every day. I'm committed to growing these things. The social part, which is the main part of school, you get the education, you get the grades, but a big part of high school is that you gotta learn how to be social. You gotta learn how to interact with people in general. You gotta do presentations, which is, you know, speaking in front of a crowd, and you do like workshops where you gotta like speak to everybody in a group. You gotta do like group exercises, and you know what I mean, right? So a big part of high school is being able to communicate and socializing with your peers. And you know, you have the playground where people can come up and you can have little groups of friends, which is also a target. You have a group of friends, you can have those boys walking past, or sometimes girls. There was popular girls that would be like, you're not a real girl, you gotta learn to deal with these people, and be like, no, you are not right. It's not that easy though, and it is depressing, and you do get very upset by it. I got very upset by it. I went through a lot of dark stages in high school because I was fed up of being bullied, and the school wasn't doing anything about it. Like, what more can they do? Say, stop being transphobic. They're not gonna, these are high schoolers, these are teenagers, they're not gonna listen to that, are they? Something that also impacted me a lot was this bullying and this harassment would happen more than just inside of school. It would happen outside of school too. Messages and Snapchat, you know, Instagram, Xbox, because I still game. I'm a gamer. I'm a little gamer myself, so they would still pick on me. If they found a chance to pick on me, they would pick on me. And I got through it because I had a good group of friends, which I knew I could trust, and I knew I could spill, I guess, my emotions to. If I was feeling really sad and depressed, I knew I had people I could go to and be like, look, I'm feeling really shitty right now, and I need somebody to yap to. Now, what was the school like? Well, when I told them my preferred name and, you know, what I wanted to go by and everything, it took them about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, to finally change my name on all the registers. Some classes I was getting dead names, some classes I was getting correct, and I was like, what is going on? This is not cool. Because I remember actually the day I told them I want my name on the register changed to my preferred name, my current name. They told me, okay, cool, it'll be done by tomorrow and you'll be sorted. Everyone will be calling you that teacher-wise, and you don't have to worry about anything when it comes to teachers. I remember getting into school the next morning. I was super excited to see, oh my god, this is my biggest step. I've told the school and they're gonna change all this stuff for me. They're gonna be super respectful for me. And I go in to my form room and the teacher's taking the register, you know, he's like, this person here, this person here, this person here, and then it comes to me and I get dead named, and I'm like, whoa, I thought my name had changed. So I looked at my friend who was next to me, or I guess in this situation that would be, yeah, I looked at my friend next to me and I go, what the fuck? She goes, I don't know, girl. This is ridiculous. You should go talk to them. And I was like, I'm too scared. I'm too scared to even, you know, I'm just gonna deal with it. Hope my next class is better, which it wasn't. It took a while for everything to finally get changed, which I guess my expectations might have been too high. I guess having that expectation of finally being able to be called by what I want to be called, and it not being made possible as quickly as I wish they had, you know, as quickly as they told me it'd be, really killed the mood and really ruined it for me. That big moment was ruined by the school system being shitty. This is a really hard topic for me to talk about. I know I look like I'm really energetic and going, but I keep having to take big breaks to kind of just chill out because high school was not great, but I know it'll be helpful to those young trans women, and I hope this is helpful to all of y'all. Now, the teachers, I still had those teachers where they would not accept it at all, and surprisingly enough, the teacher that actually did the best was the religious studies teacher. She backed me on everything, and she was just an absolute queen the entire time out. Like that last 3 years when I was in high school, and I told her and she was helping me, and big ups that teacher, because she helped me through a lot, because she understood that I'm going through something that is pretty irregular and not many people in my high school did. I think that was one other person who was also trans that were openly like I was. So it was like a 50-50 on which class. It made high school either really enjoyable certain days where I would have all the teachers where they would respect me and they would call me by my name and my pronouns. It was great. Those days were the best. But the worst days when I knew I had to go to PE, because being trans and doing, you know, physical exercise, right? The teachers didn't know where to put me. They were like, oh, you should stay in the men's changing room. And I was like, I don't want to be in the men's changing room. They're like, oh, well, we can't put you in the female changing room because it's a violation and it can scare all the other girls. And I said, that's fine. I'll get changed in the toilets. So I got changed in the toilets for the rest of my high school life. I would take my PE bag, go to the toilets, whoosh, get changed, bosh. But then again, they're like, what would you rather do? Would you rather do the girl PE or the boys PE? The boys PE being football, rugby, and like dodgeball, right? And the girls being dodgeball, netball, badminton, you know, stuff like that. And it was a big difference. I was like, preferably I'd like to be in the girl. But when I was in girls PE, a lot of the time they said, it's unfair. He's still got the man muscles. He's still got this and that. And I'm like, this is horrible. Me being so young and quite naive, obviously, I think resulted in a lot of the the type of person I am today, where I can't take compliments for the shit of me. I feel like people are just saying it to be nice, because there was those popular girls that would say it to be nice and then go behind my back and say shit, right? So I struggle when it comes to like people being nice to me, and I guess that's just a me thing. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that. Finally, the worst bit about it was the threats. Being in high school, you know, you have these teenage boys where a lot of them were in gangs, admittedly, because it's the UK. What more do you expect? They'll be like, oh, you fucking transgender, you know, like call me the Slayer or some shit. And they're like, oh, if you meet me outside the school, you're getting banged up. Or they're like, oh, I see you outside of school, you're getting banged up. These threats were terrifying, and it made me scared to leave my house sometimes. I feel like I've highlighted a lot of the negative stuff that comes with it. The positive stuff, there is lots. There is plenty of positives. I've just kind of talked about the negative because I had quite a negative experience myself. Loads of positives. My friend group, it just got bigger and better people. The girls, even the guys in my group were really nice to me, really respecting. And one of the highlights to me is that there was these two boys, the two boys in my friend group. They backed me no matter what. They heard someone talking shit behind my back, they would say, look, I will beat you the fuck up if you don't stop disrespecting this girl. That's so nice, and I honestly love them for that. And I don't speak to them anymore because they kind of cut me off after high school, but it was amazing. And knowing I had people that would back me, and my girlfriends too, they would back me. They would chat these people like, yo, what are you saying? Why are you saying that? It's just so comforting to know that you can get a group of friends. And there was obviously a teacher, my music teacher was really comforting for me too. He was a guy I would go to during break or lunchtime if I was feeling really shitty, and he would talk to me and let me hang out. He would let me play the instruments, and it was fun. So there are good bits. You know, life is like that, right? We remember a lot of the negative stuff because that's what sticks in our brain. The nice stuff, the cool stuff, the amazing stuff, we only remember the really, really good memories. We don't remember like most of that stuff that's really good. So that's why I'm not very good at recalling it, because my brain's like, oh, this is just normal, this is cool, this is great. The human brain is surely something. Shout out to my patrons. That's Azalae, Fishiv, Juel, Ocean, Adorable, and DNAmy, Haddle, Locien, Matty, Nyawaea, Ruby, Ashlet, Autumn, StardustKara, and Zephyr. That should be everybody. If I got any of you wrong, I'm so sorry. Please let me know, and I will fix that ASAP. And also my tier 1s too. Thank you to all my tier 1s up there. I need to like start writing down a list, all my Patreons, and what order to read them in so I don't mess them up. God damn. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I love you so much. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.